My sister told everyone I'd raise her baby. When I refused, she took revenge that destroyed her life. When my sister called me, she said, "This is your fault." It all happened 2 years ago when my sister first told me she was pregnant. She was sobbing, saying she didn't want to be a mother. The father was someone she barely knew from a music festival. "You need to take this baby," she announced suddenly. "I've never wanted children, but you always have. This is perfect timing for you too." I stared at her in disbelief. "Sarah, I'm leaving for Oxford in 3 months. I'm only 19. She wouldn't listen. "You can defer a year. I'll cover everything. Just put your name on the birth certificate. I'll visit constantly and be the fun aunt." When I refused, she called our parents. That's when everything spiraled out of control. Mom phoned me daily about family responsibility and how selfish I was being. "Education can wait, but Sarah's future can't," she'd say. Dad was even harsher, threatening to cut me off completely if I abandoned the family. The group chat exploded with relatives telling me I was destroying Sarah's life. Sarah started sending ultrasound photos with captions like, "Your future baby and can't wait for you to be mommy." Then she announced on social media that her wonderful younger sister would raise the baby while she focused on her career. People congratulated me everywhere. When I tried correcting them, Sarah reported my posts. She began shipping baby furniture to my dorm room. My roommates thought I'd lost my mind. One afternoon, I returned from class to find a fully assembled crib beside my desk. There were baby clothes folded neatly on my bed and a note from Sarah saying, "Getting your nursery ready." That's when I'd had enough. I made my own post announcing I was going to Oxford and wouldn't be raising anyone's child. I sent the family chat a clear message: I will not sacrifice my future for Sarah's decisions. Then I blocked everyone. Sarah appeared at my dorm screaming that I was ruining her dreams. Campus security eventually removed her, but she kept calling from different numbers for days. Days later, I got a call from an Oxford admissions officer asking to confirm my deferral request. My blood ran cold. I told him I made no such request. He sounded confused, explaining that someone claiming to be me had called about a family emergency. Obviously, it was Sarah, but that wasn't her only scheme. A week later, I received notice of a court hearing scheduled for next month. Sarah had filed adoption papers listing me as the adoptive parent, claiming I was infertile and desperate for children. I immediately called her, recording the conversation. She proudly admitted everything, thinking she'd trapped me. That recording saved me, but I still spent thousands on a lawyer and had to reschedule my flight. At the hearing, the judge quickly saw through Sarah's manipulation. I played the recording and explained my situation. Since I clearly didn't consent, the judge dismissed the case immediately. Walking out, I thought it was finally finished. A whole week passed without family contact. I felt free. I even started feeling excited about Oxford again. Then Sarah called one morning with words I'll never forget. "I hope you're satisfied. This is your fault," she said coldly. A message came through with a photo of a negative pregnancy test and an empty bottle of herbal supplement known to cause miscarriages. My stomach dropped. "What did you do?" I asked, horrified. She explained that the previous night she'd gone to some alternative medicine shop and bought concentrated herbs. She'd mixed them into tea and drank the entire bottle over several hours. By morning, she'd miscarried. "You murdered an innocent baby," she spat. "You forced me into this." She was slurring her words, clearly having been drinking as well. I hung up and immediately called the police. I blocked every family member, packed my belongings, and stayed with a friend to avoid any confrontation. 3 weeks later, I boarded my flight to Oxford. I heard nothing for 6 months until a former classmate sent me a message. Sarah had been charged with illegal termination of pregnancy and sentenced to 8 years. My family never contacted me. I never spoke to them again.